The rain pattered softly against the attic window, a gentle rhythm that echoed through the old house. Outside, the world was a blur of gray, but inside, Bailey, a golden retriever with fur the color of sunshine, was determined to make the most of the day. He wagged his tail, his eyes sparkling with anticipation. Today was an adventure day, even if it had to be an indoor one. He nudged his human, Lily, with his wet nose, a silent plea for attention. Lily, a girl with bright eyes and a scattering of freckles, giggled and ruffled Bailey's fur. "Okay, Bailey," she said, "what shall we do today?" Bailey barked excitedly, a suggestion forming in Lily's mind. "The attic," she exclaimed. "We haven't been up there in ages." The attic was a place of mystery, a forgotten space filled with the echoes of generations past. The door to the attic, tucked away at the end of the upstairs hallway, was usually closed, a silent promise of hidden treasures. Lily grabbed a flashlight from the kitchen drawer, its beam cutting through the dim hallway. Bailey, his tail wagging furiously, bounded ahead, eager to explore the unknown. The air grew cooler as they approached the attic door, a hint of dust and old wood tickling their noses. With a creak and a groan, Lily opened the attic door. A musty scent filled the air, a combination of old paper, dried flowers, and forgotten memories. The flashlight beam danced across cobweb-draped furniture, stacks of dusty boxes, and forgotten toys. Bailey, his nose twitching, sniffed at everything, his curiosity piqued by the unfamiliar smells. Lily coughed lightly, waving a hand in front of her face. "Wow, it's dusty up here," she said. "Let's see what treasures we can find." She stepped carefully into the attic, Bailey close at her heels, his tail thumping against the floorboards. Lily started rummaging through a stack of old boxes, her fingers gently brushing against faded labels and yellowed paper. Bailey, meanwhile, was investigating a pile of old blankets, sniffing and pawing at them with playful curiosity. Suddenly, Lily gasped. "Look, Bailey," she exclaimed, holding up a large, leather-bound photo album. The album was worn and faded, its pages filled with black and white photographs of people Lily didn't recognize. She carefully opened the album, her eyes widening with wonder. The faces in the photographs seemed to smile up at her, whispering stories of a time long past. Lily and Bailey settled down on an old, velvet-covered chair, their eyes glued to the photo album. They saw pictures of Lily's grandparents as young children, laughing and playing in the garden. There were photographs of family picnics, birthday parties, and holiday celebrations, each image a window into a different era. Bailey nudged Lily's hand with his nose, as if asking her to share the stories behind the faces. Lily pointed to a picture of her grandfather, a mischievous grin on his face, holding a small puppy that looked remarkably like Bailey. "That's Grandpa when he was a little boy," she said. "And that's his dog, Buster." As they turned the pages, Lily stumbled upon a photograph of herself as a toddler, clutching a small, stuffed elephant. Her eyes widened in surprise. "I remember Ellie," she exclaimed. "I loved that elephant, but I don't know what happened to her." Ellie the elephant had been Lily's favorite toy, a constant companion during her early childhood. She had searched everywhere for her when she disappeared, but she had never found her. A wave of sadness washed over Lily as she remembered the lost toy. Bailey, sensing her sadness, licked her hand reassuringly. Suddenly, Bailey started barking excitedly, his attention focused on a dusty trunk tucked away in a corner of the attic. Lily, intrigued, followed him to the trunk and lifted the heavy lid. Inside, nestled among old clothes and blankets, was Ellie the elephant. Lily gasped, her heart filled with joy. She carefully lifted Ellie out of the trunk, her fingers tracing the faded fabric and the worn button eyes. "Ellie," she cried, hugging the stuffed animal tightly. "I can't believe I found you." Bailey wagged his tail furiously, as if celebrating the reunion. Lily sat back down in the velvet chair, Ellie nestled in her lap, Bailey leaning against her side. The rain continued to fall outside, but inside the attic, a warm glow filled the air. They spent the rest of the afternoon looking through the photo album, sharing stories and memories. Lily learned about her family history, and Bailey discovered the joy of exploring hidden treasures. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the attic floor, Lily knew that this rainy day adventure had been truly special. She carefully placed Ellie back in the trunk, promising to take her home soon. Lily carefully closed the attic door behind them, leaving the mysteries and memories safely stored away for another day. Bailey trotted happily beside her as they made their way back downstairs, the flashlight beam cutting through the gathering dusk. The house felt warm and inviting, a welcome contrast to the chill of the attic. Lily placed the flashlight back in the kitchen drawer and turned to Bailey, scratching him behind the ears. "Thank you for the adventure, Bailey," she said. "You're the best adventure buddy a girl could ask for." They curled up on the sofa in the living room, the rain still drumming softly against the windows. Lily wrapped herself in a warm blanket and pulled Bailey close, burying her face in his soft fur. The fire crackled merrily in the fireplace, casting dancing shadows on the walls. Lily picked up a book and began to read, her voice a soothing murmur in the quiet room. Bailey listened contentedly, his tail thumping softly against the cushions. He knew that even though the day was coming to an end, the memories of their attic adventure would stay with them forever. As the night deepened, Lily drifted off to sleep, her head resting on Bailey's warm body. Bailey, ever vigilant, kept watch over her, his ears twitching at every sound. He dreamed of dusty attics, hidden treasures, and the joy of discovery. He dreamed of his friend, Lily, and the special bond they shared. He knew that no matter what adventures tomorrow might bring, they would always have each other. And that was the greatest treasure of all. The rain finally stopped, and the first rays of sunlight peeked through the clouds, painting the sky with hues of pink and gold. A new day had begun, full of possibilities and adventures. And Bailey, the golden retriever with a heart of gold, was ready for whatever came his way, as long as he had his best friend, Lily, by his side. Their rainy day attic adventure had brought them closer, reminding them of the importance of family, memories, and the simple joys of life. And as Bailey stretched and yawned, he knew that even the smallest adventures could create the biggest memories.